Anders I recognize. Kimball Anders.
Kansas City Chief, 38.
1993.
Fullback, Kimball Anders. He was really good.
Him and Marcus Allen.
Thought you were going to go Ned Flanders and just add the FL.
Oh, no.
Yeah. The best lefty in all of society, Ned Flanders. Love me some Ned Flanders. Do you love Jerry Jones? Do you love Jerry Jones?
No, I don't. And there's an interesting conversation here because we have certain broadcast partners that we are partners with, and there are times where we'll have like Bob Myers on, or Mike Dunleavy, I guess is a more appropriate example.
Joe Lacob in studio.
But like Joe Lacob in studio is a one-off. It's not a weekly.
Yeah.
But there is like a level of, and partnership sounds like we're in bed with them in terms of our content.
Right.
We're
but
not.
There's a respect factor, and we know where to push that line and what to ask or whatnot. We're not going to upset the apple cart.
No,
we'll ask some critical questions, but we're not going to sit up there and just grill them.
So, for example, you and me. Do I like Bob Myers?
I would hope so.
Yeah, like as a person. Have I asked him tough questions about the Draymond stuff head on?
I think we've all asked him tough questions.
Yeah, like there's a time and a place, right? And it's how you phrase it. And, you know, I think that any good person who's doing that job, GM, understands you're gonna get some critical questions and some difficult questions. And to Bob's credit, you know what he would always say? I know you guys are paid to ask these questions, and I can only answer X, Y, and Z of a question that you asked like that.
No doubt.
And like I think of like some of the ones that went wrong. Like Damon used to have Trent Baalke on this station for a long time. And it was like, after a while, it was like Baalke wasn't answering anything. And he was under fire every single week. And he was almost in a no-win situation because he was so bad at his job. But there's got to be a little give and take from both parties.
No doubt. No doubt. Well, Jerry Jones does it weekly with our boys RJ, Sean, and Bobby Belt. Three-headed monster down there on 105.3 The Fan in Dallas. And we got maybe we'll have them on the simulcast next week. Oh, we could ether them. We could
Do we have to?
Why? They're Cowboys. Why you want to play nice with the enemy all the time? You talk all this big game. You're the butcher boy. You're all bark. And then all of a sudden, when it's time to bite.
I meant like just having them on. Like, they just don't do anything for me.
I'll be honest, because I don't think they want to talk with us.
No, they don't.
I think they've had
San Fran doing, huh? All you guys from California are coming to Texas. Like,
we just have Shasky do the voices for us.
The same seven jokes that they've had for the last 15 years. All right, dude.
Well, Guru said he ran into him at Radio Row during the Super Bowl. And RJ, he goes, "Oh, you're Daryl the Guru Johnson?" And he goes,
like he's a legend.
Dude, he goes,
Daryl the Guru Johnson.
Great.
He goes, Guru goes, "Oh, man, you go on with my guys all the time." And RJ goes, "That Bonte gets under my skin. I can't stand him." And that made my day. That made my week.
I think
the Super Bowl, just the fact that I know I live rent-free and another radio host said, and they play my cuts and my drops. I love it. Sacramento has T-shirts with my face on it. Holy smokes, mama, I made it.
I always love when I think Bobby Belt did like the deep dive on those guys. I remember the last time we had him on, I'm listening to him on the way in, like Bobby Belt, he did some deep dives on Bonte Hill. Oh, he's got some information on him. Oh, we're going to throw it at him. So I'm like, I can't wait to hear this. And it was, I think, Bonte, you used to work at UPS, isn't that right? And that was like the big thing that he found on you.
Oh, yeah. I was like, look at me now. UPS, what can Brown do for you? What my dad takes can do for you. No, seriously. Lubman was like, I'm listening. And I said, Lubman, this is what you do. And we had the Lucas sound. We had the Cowboy Wildcard sound. We had everything. So before we could play nice, hey, guys, man, we can't wait to have you on, man. This is fun. Blah, blah, blah. We just want you guys to listen. Here's our pleasantries. Here's our greetings. We hope you're doing well. And we played that, and they were ruined before the interview started. It was unbelievable. I was like, wow, we're not even going to get 5 minutes out of these guys. Hey, Bobby, why are you guys going to win? Just because we're better. It's like, bro, you're the insider for 105.3 The Fan in Dallas? Jack's just better. No, he's not.
So what happened this morning?
Oh, man. So what happened this morning? Jerry Jones was on. After that shellacking, they took at the heads of the Detroit Lions. And again, the Cowboys aren't going to win anything worth a damn as long as Jerry Jones is running the show. It is what it is. It is what it is. He won on the back.
They did win the East 2 out of the last 3 years.
Oh, great. They won a division.
I'm just saying,
East
like,
sucked.
We act
the East sucked, Shasky. Come on, don't give me that. The Giants and Commanders have been awful.
You mean win the big stuff.
They've got 4 built-in wins. You want to talk about big games? What big games have the Cowboys won? They lose all the big games, all of them, all of them.
All I'm saying is, I know they lose in January, but they have won like double-digit games a lot.
That division has been putrid. I'm sorry.
I agree.
I'm not doing this.
Agreed.
The NFC lease. We've been calling it the NFC lease for like 10 years.
They've won 14 out of 15 against the New York Giants.
Yeah, great. How good have the New York Giants been?
No, horrible. But I'm just saying, like, it's not like
you don't get no stars for that. When you want a little gold star for beating the New York Giants and Daniel Jones,
it's like just showing up, you know.
Right. You talk about Daniel Jones every single week about how bad he is, and all of a sudden you out here, well, they beat the Giants 13 out of 14. Yeah, because Daniel Jones is quarterbacking. The Commanders. Can you name a quarterback for the Commanders the last 5 years? They've been awful. Sam Howell, please give me a break. They lose all the big games.
I think they're just good enough for us to laugh at, in the sense that, like, yes, they lose the big games, but they win just enough to make the playoffs and waste a playoff spot. Yeah, they're like the Atlanta Hawks.
They win against all the bad teams. They win against the bad teams. That's what they do. So Jerry Jones, he wasn't in the mood today. He wasn't. And RJ and Sean were questioning him. Hey, you didn't do anything in the offseason. You didn't do anything midseason. You brought back Ezekiel Elliott, who's been washed for 3 years. You gave Dak over $200 million when he can't win a big game to save his life.
The contract hasn't even kicked in yet.
It's all-time bad. You caved into Dak Prescott. Dak!
And now they're questioning whether they should trade Micah Parsons because they probably can't afford other players if they sign him.
Well, I want our listeners to hear this. And I'm going to ask a question on the other side. And Mark Florio said that he wants more owners talking. I'm kind of with him there sometimes.
Except the week of the Super Bowl.
Yeah, well, I do like hearing from Jed, though. Jerry Jones, after a nice little back and forth, listen to how he snapped back at our boys, RJ and Sean, down there at 105.3 The Fan in Dallas.
Now, if you think I'm interested on a damn phone call with you over a radio and sitting here and throwing all the good out with the dishwater, you have got to be smoking something over there this morning. I'm not. And I really don't, and I don't even want our listeners to listen to me, to talk about, this is not your job. Your job isn't to let me go over all the reasons that I did something and I'm sorry that I did it. That's not your job.
Well, my job is to ask why.
A job, or I'll get somebody else to ask these questions, man.
Jerry, we're trying to figure out why the team is.
I'm not kidding you. I'm not kidding you.
Now, that's Jerry Jones this morning.
I have a problem with that.
Now, hold on. Before we get into that, here's what Jerry Jones yesterday said about the coaching change. Will there be a coaching change with Mike McCarthy?
What would it take you to evaluate making a head coaching change in season?
Oh, I haven't even considered that. I'm not considering that. Just so you're clear, I'm not considering that.
But you've done it once
I
before.
wouldn't be a hypothetical in that matter. Do you think I'm an idiot? Do you? Okay, well, I'm not going hypothetical with you about when I'd consider coaching change in light of the timing we're sitting here with. I'm not at all.
You think I'm an idiot? So Jerry's been spicy the last couple of days. But who the hell is Jerry Jones to tell some radio hosts who are doing their jobs? And, we got our beefs with RJ and Sean and Bobby Belt. I think they're a cute little story down in Dallas, 105.3 The Fan. They're our sons. It's all good. We own them. But who the hell is Jerry Jones to come at them for asking questions and being critical of a team that just gave up 47 points at home? Detroit was trying to score 50 on their ass. 50. They were trying. They were throwing passes to the backup quarterback. And for Jerry to come at them saying, oh, well, I'll just find me some new hosts to ask these questions. You won't have your... Like, who the hell does Jerry Jones think he is?
Is there anything more off-putting in life when someone who has a lot treats people who don't have a lot like crap?
Oh, he's been doing that for years.
But like when you
no doubt.
Close your eyes, think about it. Like you pull up to the country club in your Porsche and you flip the keys at the dude and you're like, yeah, clean it and take it around back. Like, there's nothing that anyone despises more than those particular individuals. Right? You treat people at the restaurant like garbage.
Yeah.
Nobody likes that guy.
No doubt.
Or gal or whoever
treat the
it is.
waiter, no matter what, how rude they are. You don't treat them like crap.
Like when you're doing well in life and you try to pull the I could get you fired card on someone else when you don't even own the business that they're in. That don't sit well with me at all. It don't sit well with me at all. And I feel bad for those guys because that was a weak-ass move by Jerry Jones.
Oh, it's a string of weak-ass moves made by Jerry Jones. And so, he got spicy. And this is the problem with Jerry. You make yourself too accessible. Like, there's got to be a fine balance here. You're holding court after football games with the media in the hallways. I've seen it live and direct in person. I'm like, this guy's really holding pressers after the game. Now, if I owned a team, I'd probably be doing the same damn thing. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I don't think we just play well. And, Coach Kerr, man, he's got to make the right subs. And, I'd be a mess as an owner. I fully admit it.
How many times would you fire your head coach?
Oh, my God. I'd be thinking about it every week.
It's shithead. He's saying it to Matt Mayoko in a scrum.
Dude, I'd be in the limousine. The owner. I'd be in the limousine. Wife is talking, kids playing around. I look at my watch. Hey, everybody. Hey, limo, driver. Can you get it on 95.7 The Game? Lakeup's on right now with Shask. I got to listen to this. It's just sitting, and I'm sitting there thinking, I'm listening to the owners, right? Jan York, or I'm listening to the fans taking calls. You guys taking calls on a guest-free Monday after a football game, and I'm listening. Wow, that fan has a point. Yeah, maybe we should have done it. Like, I'd be that owner. I fully admit it. I'd be a wreck. I'd be reading all the papers. I text Scott Osler. Yeah, on your column, paragraph 7, man, you said this and that. And, I don't agree with that. I'd be holding court all day. But I'm not Jerry Jones, and I'm in this spot. I'm not going to lie. I'm not going to do a sugarcoat job.
I could find other people to do your job, essentially is what he said.
That's just unbelievable. Weak, dude. That's a weak-ass move by Jerry Jones.
Pretty weak.
How do fans feel about that? 888-957-9570.
Do you think people care?
I don't know if anybody cares.
So I hate doing this to him, but let's hypothetically Jed or Lakeup or I don't know, whoever, Greg Johnson did that to you and me. People would be pretty pissed, I think. Yeah, I think it'd be a horrible look.
How would you react in real time? Would be the question.
I would do the Bonte Hill. Really? Really?
I shouldn't even ask.
No, because that's like how else do you respond in those situations other than
a little
awkwardly?
Shut, you talking to me?
Exactly. You just kind of awkwardly play it off. Like the anxiety would be through the roof.
Oh,
right?
It'd be like, wait a minute. You want to replay? Oh yeah, it would be bad.
But this is where, and I would not to criticize those guys, but this is where you have to have a clear-cut plan when you're having those interviews, and you have to know exactly how you want to phrase certain questions. For example, if I had Jerry Jones, the interview, the question that I would say to him is and he's like, the offseason, they're all worried about these offseason. Jerry, I mean, and this is very simple. Jerry, do you think your running back room, you invested in it?
Right.
You have no high draft picks. You are bringing back an old guy in Zeke Elliott who hasn't played good football in a couple of years now. Come on, man. You guys can't run the ball. I think that's facts.
Right. I think it's simple. Was Jerry Jones in the right or was he in the wrong to come at RJ and Sean like that? 105.3 Dallas fan. You got to clap back in real time, says in 415. You got to clap back in real time. Let's see. Jerry Jones threatened to have it. I'm playing minute 41 here. I'm going to listen to this whole thing, the question, a little back and forth from this morning.
Well, my job is to ask
why. Job, or I'll get somebody else to ask these questions, man.
Jerry, we're trying to figure out why the team is.
I'm not kidding. I'm not kidding. You're not going to figure out what the team is doing right or wrong. If you are, or any 5 or 10 like you, you need to come to this meeting I'm going to today. There are 32 teams here. You're geniuses.
Jerry,
okay. Y'all really think you're going to sit here with a microphone and tell me all of the things that I've done wrong and without going over the rights?
Well,
now, listen, we both know we're talking to a lot of great fans and a lot of great listeners. And I am very sorry for what happened out there Sunday. I'm sick about what happened Sunday. Now, I'm not talking to these yahoos on the end of this phone. I'm talking to you, the fans that are listening this morning. And we can spend a lot of time going over zigging and zagging. One of the stupidest things I've ever done that anybody has ever analyzed is by the Cowboys. It was an idiot that did that. So idiot things can turn into good decisions. Okay? Smart things can turn into bad decisions. The facts are that when you make one, you don't really know whether it's going to be good or not at the time. So let's just go ahead. I'm trying to answer your questions, man. You want some conversation this morning? You're getting it.
I mean, come on, man. He's not getting any conversations. It's a one-sided conversation.
Because, again, I can keep coming back to this, but Bonte, in his mind, in Jerry's mind, like, you're going to say, you haven't won any big game. And you're right. You're factually correct. But in his mind, he's like, yeah, we're one of the biggest brands in sports, and we make tons of money. And I'm actually your Bonte Hill and other fans out there, your modicum or your measurement of success is Super Bowl wins and NFC Championship game appearances. And you know what Jerry's is? My bank account, right? And so on a level that he is using his metrics, dog, he is winning.
Well,
and I disagree with him because there's a bigger picture.
Well, the fans don't think he's winning. The fans don't think he's winning.
I mean, but
the
that place is packed every week.
But the fans think they're the Cowboys. You can own that team and fill that place out because it's the Cowboys. It's the Dallas Cowboys, and that fandom goes worldwide. We see when they come to Levi's Stadium, it's 50-50 at Levi's Stadium when they play the Cowboys.
Forget a Cowboy game. You go to a Rams-Niner game, there will be
a Cowboy
fans in the stands.
So that, to me, is not a badge of honor for Jerry Jones. Sure, he's helped the business model, and he's taken them to the next level, and he's done a lot of great things for the NFL. And, yeah, he's winning in the game of life, but he ain't winning where he ain't won nothing since 1995, and that's what matters to those fans. They look at Jerry Jones saying, you continue to hold us back. So now you make this punk move because your butthurt about the lines dropped to 47 on your birthday, and you're trying to flex saying, oh, I've had really good birthdays. I've had really good days. Well, you're losing with no class because you got your ass kicked by the Detroit Lions at home again. You're getting embarrassed at home. You got no real home field advantage. You're getting embarrassed left and right. And then all of a sudden you want to take it out and look, I'm not the biggest fans of R.J. Sean and Brandon Belt or Bobby Belt, whatever the hell his name, Bobby Boucher, whatever the hell his name is. We've got our beefs. We've got our beefs with them. But for him to come at them saying, because he's butthurt, oh, well, you guys are replaceable. We could find somebody else to ask these questions. All of a sudden, because your team is getting smoked at home, and you think it's all going to be Capri Suns or fruit snacks and pom-poms? Oh, yeah. Hey, it's just one of those games. You got ripped 47-9. It just happens. No, it happens too much. And so RJ and Sean are doing their jobs, and he comes and threatens their job? What a punk move by Jerry Jones. And the long lines of punk moves that he's made, that's another punk move by Jerry Jones. I can't stand the guy. Honestly, cannot stand him whatsoever. Cannot stand him.
I wonder, maybe we're in the media, lagoon, and maybe we're a little jaded. I wonder how other people, my overall setting in my life, because I've worked in food service for a long, long time, is like when there are people that are just jerks and I don't mean beneath them in terms of you're better than me, but like in life, there's different levels, right? And people with lots treating people with not lots poorly just burns me. I gave you the example a couple months ago when I went to I go to Touchless, the little on 87th Street in Daly City, and I seen this one woman just crushing these guys cleaning her car. It's like, lady, they have been buffering out your car for an hour. I've watched them, and you're trying to get a freebie on them. Right. These guys are working their ass off. Why you wait? I hate to use this term. Why are you breaking their you-know-whats? Why? And I felt the need to intervene on their behalf, and I couldn't help myself. I was like, hey, lady.
Shasky.
What?
In full effect.
Well, I said, stop breaking these guys' you-know-whats. I said, back off these guys.
Shasky's that person, whether it's the DMV, whether it's the post office,
being a good person?
and he's sitting there with his arms crossed, ready to harp on anything.
No, but this is a good one, though. He's being the good guy in this one.
Joking.
Sam, you feel me on this?
Joking.
No, I am. I'm going to back you up on this one, Chad. No, I understand the joke. We're having fun.
311 Shasky's in full effect. But no, you're right. The woman was being a jerk.
This was a positive 311
okay,
call.
like Starbucks, for example,
but
or wherever.
I typically just keep my nose.
7 macchiato, little sprinkles, and make sure you put half of a dash, not a full dash, a half of a dash of almond milk. It's like, now you're just being a jerk. Come on.
See, I go by the code of my name is Bennett and I ain't in it.
But I feel bad. See, I feel the obligation.
Bad for these workers, but my name is Bennett and I ain't in it.
But I feel the obligation sometimes for those that can't speak up for themselves because of maybe their lot in life or whatever. I feel an obligation to why are you being a jerk? Like, I get angry. I feel bad for those people because I've been on the other end of that.
It's not right. We all have.
And you know what? Because that job that person has where they're getting like treated like crap, they have very few options.
Yeah.
And so I feel as someone who's not working in that situation, like I feel the need to defend that person on their behalf, and it incites me. It makes me so angry.
Right, I could tell you got veins popping out of your neck right now.
My wife was a waitress for years, and people treating people beneath them like crap just is like one of the lowest forms that you can have as a human being.
It's